good.
Okay, I'm starting it right now. Uh,
What's going on, people? CP3 Robbie G about to break down his latest Capitals Boston Bruins epic game that was on NBC Sports that went to overtime shootout, but the Capitals prevailed 2-1.
3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it's Robbie reporting live for Sports on the Hill podcast. I have a special guest here in Carol Porter. I'm going to have him break down in just a second his thoughts. We're going to keep it still quick. It's going to be the same recap, but just a slightly different style tonight. I'm not going to put the stats on screen, but I'll just tell you that Pasternak started the scoring in the third period. It was a tough first two periods, not a lot of goal scoring, and 119 into the third. It looked like that might be the only goal of the game, but luckily Lars Eller got behind the goalie and got a really sneaky shot in, his fifth of the season, 6:14 in, and that was all the scoring. A crazy back and forth overtime, and then there was a shootout, and Jacob Verana got the only goal in the shootout, and Double V was amazing, in goal. He had a great game all the way through. They gave Ovi the 1 star for his 5 shots on goal, and then both goalies, Tukaras got the 2 star, and Vitek Vanacek got the 3 star, which I'm shocked by. I think he should have gotten the 2, but we're in Boston, so we know how that goes. We won this game. There's going to be one more game in the series on Friday at Boston at 7, and then Philadelphia Sunday at 7. But let's get Carol's quick thoughts on this. Carol, what was your take on this game?
Uh, I enjoyed this game from the first puck drop all the way to the end of the shootout. It was an intense game. Felt like a playoff game. Took a rest. Normally had some issues with the Capitals, but he brought his A game out there today. I did notice they were shooting low a lot. With him, you got to shoot high, and it was a physical game. I can't wait for Friday's game. As we was talking, that I think Tom Wilson and Frederick going to drop the gloves early because they was doing a lot of chirping back and forth, and the fact that Frederick kept on trying to bait Ovi in, I think Tom gonna have an answer on for him on Friday. And like I talked about in the shootout, I like the fact that they used Rana first, and then with the TJ, because when you use TJ all the time, they know how good he is. I feel like that puts more pressure on TJ to have to perform instead of putting the pressure on the other team. And with Rana, getting the first goal, then the other team knows that Oshi's coming and they knows how good he is. So then that puts more pressure on their shooter. And as you said, Double V did his thing in the shootout, blocking both of the shots that he had attempted on him. And the Capitals get a good win, an impressive win over a tough team that they were pretty much tied at the top of the standings with. So got another game on Friday, and I'll definitely be tuned in at 7 o'clock checking that out.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be really excited. One other big part to mention is, it was a big homecoming game, and what were some of your thoughts on some of the festivities for that? I thought that they did a pretty good job, Boston.
Yeah,
With it.
I agree. I agree. Being the fact that he's been down here, you shared the article that he hadn't had a chance to be with his family since he signed with the Capitals. So I know that was good for him to get home to see his kids and wife. And then the tribute that they had, I was a Chara fan when he was in Ottawa Senators. When I was watching Ottawa, I was an Ottawa fan along with being a Capitals fan. So I've been watching Char for a long time. I didn't really like when he went to Boston because you know how we feel about Boston. But he's a professional. He's a guy that these young guys can learn from. And he's 43 now?
43, I believe. So
Jeez.
yeah, but Zdeno Chara got choked up, and it was emotional. I kind of feel that the fans weren't there to get to sort of celebrate him. I think that he deserves that, and I hope in the upcoming years, if he's able to keep on playing and they're able to get fans eventually there, he deserves that. But I thought that they tried to get some fan involvement in the video, which I thought was cool, and just overall, a really great performance. I thought both teams played great, as you mentioned. It really felt like a playoff atmosphere, and just an overall, just a really great game of hockey. It was 0-0 for a long time. I know some people would be like, "Oh, it's a boring hockey game," but hockey purists love this kind of stuff. This was playoff hockey. This is the game that really sets you up for success down the line. I think this could be a preview of the division championship. Because this year it's going to be 1 versus 4, 2v3, and then the two play each other for the division championship, and then it'll be a Final Four style. So this could be a second round kind of pivotal thing. It's kind of leading up to that in some ways. So we'll see. We've got another game against Boston. I thought we would win this one because emotional. I thought the second one would be the scarier one. I'm hoping that they do. I know Double V played a great game. I still want to see Samsonov get some playing time though. So I still think maybe switch goalies. Do you still feel that way, Carol? I know we talked about that in the game or in the Monday show. Or do you think you have to go back to Double V because of the game you played tonight?
That's interesting. I mean, they only gave up 18 or 19 shots. He did have some high pressure situations, and you do want to get Samson off some work. So, I mean, after this game, I don't know. I mean, you could go with him this game and then let Samsonov get Philly on Sunday, or you could have Samsonov go the next game on Friday and have Double V go on Sunday. With the way that he played tonight, I'm thinking the coach might let him play against Boston again since he held him to, 1 goal on 19 shots. Defense was solid. And then let Samsonov get Philly, I guess. But either way, I'll be cool as long as Samsonov get one. But I could understand why Laviolette will have him start against Boston again
Yeah,
after
because
this
we
great
said
performance.
if he puts up these great numbers, only lets 1 goal or something like that, we'd have to, and he did. I didn't necessarily expect that when I was saying that on Monday, but just a great performance. So we're going to leave it there because we want to leave something for Monday. Monday at 9 o'clock, Carol will be joining us again. We'll have Anna live with us, and I really appreciate everyone for tuning in either on Carol's YouTube or Periscope or here on Facebook Live. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Let's go, Caps.
Oh, we definitely gonna talk about that offside that took away that first goal. We
Oh
definitely gonna
yeah.
talk about that Monday
Yeah, that's true. Not enough
night.
time in the recap. Too much to talk about, but we'll talk
Yeah.
about that more for sure. It's probably the right call in the end, but I'm not sure the letter of the law that it follows it. So we'll have that debate when we have more time. But I did see one replay where it may have been offsides. But at the same time, I don't think that's what the rule is trying to stop. But anyway, it is what it is. We were able to get the win in the end, and that's all that really matters. And we'll talk more about that on Monday for sure.
All right, y'all be safe and be easy. Catch you Monday. Well, Friday.